Hello everyone and welcome back to Green Lantern Rise of the Manhunters, and it's time for the finale, folks. We've come a long way from the start of this LP with the attack on Oa and, defending Zamaron, going to Bayat to kick some ass, and now we're back on Oa again to take care of Sir. So this should be fun, I guess. Or not. This game hasn't been fun. At least for me. Some people could say different, but yeah, like doing this game like doing this game right after just recording the review was maybe not a smart idea in hindsight, because there is just nothing to go over. Like, every party was just like pulling teeth trying to like keep it entertaining, but yeah. But now we're here, and the first part of this boss fight is a gauntlet rush. Or just an enemy rush, mook rush, whatever you want to call it. We're fighting a whole bunch of robots at first, so it's not quite the final boss, but we'll get there soon enough. Yeah. But anyway, so after a while of this, we do get some action as far as fighting Sir, which isn't really much, but I remember when I played this game the first time how much of a pain in the ass this boss was. 'Cause every stage of the fight was just like a chore to get through. So it wasn't great. Let's be real. There we go. Healed myself with the lantern. Probably going to use that ring surge here soon. I don't remember anything about this recording here. Well, there is one thing I remember, but we'll get to that. But so oh god, you just pushed me right to that wall there. That wasn't fun. So I remember each stage of the fight, I just could not, like, it was a struggle for me. And that's weird, because, like, I don't know why, like, it was so hard. But I remember we got to a point, because it was me and, I think the first time I got to the end, it was me and a friend, because we did co-op. Because the game is a lot more fun with co-op. And so we got to the end, and then there was just a point where it was like we just kept dying over and over and over again for no reason whatsoever. I mean, firstly, it was just like we're getting ambushed by all these manhunters, but then we got this asshole with the spear, like, shooting energy balls at us, and eventually when we do get to fight him, it's just like, it's a mess. Plain and simple. There's a part near the end which is the one thing I remember, and I'll get to it, but it has to be like a bug with this boss. But I'm glad after this we don't have to worry about fucking ever having to deal with Manhunters again. I'm glad this continuity is dead. So I didn't really touch on, I don't know if I touched on this before, but I would totally be down for a Green Lantern game at some point. Like if they were gonna try again. I might have mentioned it during the review, but like there is potential here for a Green Lantern game. You know, exploring different planets and, you know, fighting all types of enemies, and you know, it's it could make for a really fun game. Obviously, you can't really do much with having, you know, with using your imagination. There'd have to be limitations. There'd have to be something to, you know, just not really do there. So I guess that's one thing about a Green Lantern game that can never really be done properly, is just like there's only so many things you can do in a video game. But actually, now saying that, I would totally be down for like a Scribblenauts type game with Green Lantern. I think that'd be fun. Even that, though, that's just like there's only so many things you can program. If not that, then maybe VR. VR could work for a Green Lantern. But he's just like one of many that like are in dire need of a video game. The Flash is like well endowed for a video game, I think. So there's potential there. God, I hate these fuckers. These stupid guys on their damn hoverboards. Oh, the one time I can't I can't throw it into outside the arena. Whatever, I'll just shoot them. So yeah, this boss is pretty uninspired. Just keep hitting him. He'll do his ring surge, and then you know, there's not really much here to go over. And in the middle of it, he'll get his waves of Manhunters to come in, which doesn't matter. Somehow the most effective strategy was just firing missile at him. I'm surprised they didn't make him an unlockable character. Because it seems like he could do most of what the Green Lanterns in this game can already do, so. Maybe he was DLC at some point, I don't care. But So once you get to the end of this, I guess, duel on the ground, what happens next is essentially a mech fight. And for some reason, there's this boss is there's something about this boss which just like doesn't work. And it's towards the end of the fight.
Ring, now would be a good time to give me everything you and the Guardians got. Ammon, beware my power.
In hindsight, it's hilarious that he had to ask for like the Guardians to help him out with this, even though he's perfectly capable of just doing like making a mech. So yeah, this essentially turned into Rock'em Sock'em Robot. Except one's yellow and the other one's green. But basically you just gotta hit him at the right time and make sure that you don't get hit by his blasts and feet stomp. So the perfect time to hit him is during that stomp there. So this is the part of the fight that doesn't work somehow, because every time like the QTE comes up, at least the first time, it just something about it just doesn't like register. And I don't get it. Like I could swear that like about here, like I'm hitting the X button, I'm hitting the prompts right, but for some reason it just isn't registering. And while this is going down, you got these Manhunters here. This part I laughed at because I got all the prompts right, and the final cutscene played, but I still end up dying at the end. And when you die, you just restart the mech fight. So he has all his health back and whatnot. I don't know why it took 2 attempts just to, like, finish it out. If I had a couple more seconds right there, then I would have won. But it didn't work. Which is just complete bullshit. I just had a second, and I would have won. Oh, man. But yeah, that's it. That's it. He's done. Take his ass to space jail. That's ridiculous. It's just stupid. So now we get the obligatory ending with all of our lanterns and this random ass guardian. I have no idea who this guardian, and they don't tell us it either. Oh man, your eyes, Sinestro, they're bugging out super hard. Also, what is up with the Guardian there? He's got the shakes. Maybe he's cold. So I'm looking at the other Pokemon. There's literally just him. There's no other Guardians here. It's just him. So I guess this timeline is different. Just the one Guardian. The others died. And then of course we got him doing the oath. which is just such a disappointing note. And there we go. So that, my friends, is Green Lantern Rise of the Manhunters. And oh boy, oh man, this was a tough one to come back to. It's even worse because I just played it like right before. Like right finishing up that review. All the footage was there. I just got through it. It was already like, I was like, man, I'm so glad I'm done. And then I decided, like, hey, let's do an LP of it because I've got nothing else. Like, there's nothing else I want to do right now. So, the sad part is that there's an inkling of a good game in here, even though it's just mainly a ripoff of another one. Like, they had potential here, and they did make it to where some things worked for a Green Lantern game. Like, you've got constructs which you can use in combat, and also puzzles and stuff. That's really fun. The combos themselves, it's not really like super complicated. It's only like 2 combo strings, which you can't really mix and match with all that much. I tried. But nothing about it felt bad at all. Like, it felt fine to control. It felt fine to use the construct. 'Cause the constructs is my favorite part of the game. And I guess in short, that extends to just gameplay in general. I think this game, from a gameplay standpoint, is fine. What doesn't work is everything else. Because the main point of contention, I feel, is level design. Level design is just abysmal, which is really sad because, you know, this is not the plot of the movie. We're not stuck on Earth half the time. We're not fighting a human testicle and space shit. like this is something completely different, which I applaud the fact that they didn't go with the movie's narrative. They knew better. The guys over at Double Helix, they knew better than to do that crap. But it's just every level past Oa just gets worse and worse. Like, you get, like, I said this throughout, but you get to Zimmeron, where the Violet Lanterns are. Or you do Oa, which is like, okay, like, it's your standard, you know, first levels. Like, it's not that bad. They're not terribly long. And, you know, they get everything down perfectly fine. And then you leave for Zamaron, and it's just that. But it gets longer and longer and longer and longer. Like, it just gets on and on and on. It's only like, there's only 10 levels across the entire game. But it's just the same shtick over and over and over again. And so much of what you're doing in those levels is just combat. You're just fighting things over and over. Like, within the span of minutes, you're just fighting whoever. And it gets repetitive. Like, it gets repetitive really fast, which is such a shame. But yeah, as far as just some other things, visually, it looks better than a lot of movie tie-ins around this time, but it's not the greatest. You could see some things that just don't look right. Mainly when it comes to, like, in-game cutscenes and stuff. But I mean, if you want another example of just poor, or just really poor, like, visual effects, look at the opening cutscene. It was struggling to run, not only with like frame rate drops, but also there was tearing across the entire thing. It was a mess. It was a mess, plain and simple. So, in short, this is something that maybe I'd come back to for like small pieces of gameplay, but to play it all over again, no. I probably am never coming back to this under any circumstances. So, so let's talk about what we're doing next, because, well, the first thing that I should let you all know is that the next game that we're doing, well, the next couple Marvel and DC games, we're going back to Batman, and we're going back to Spider-Man. Except I'm not telling you what games we're looking at. I want to keep that a surprise, because what I have picked out is it's going to be fun. I'm guaranteeing it. The thing is, though, is that I don't know. By the time I'll figure it out, but I'm not sure if we should just do it like dual playthroughs again, or if I should just do them one at a time. I'm gonna put a poll up on Instagram and Twitter, wherever, and figure that out for myself. So, in short, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Be sure to follow me on everything: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, Twitch. Everything is in the description down below. You can find it. Also, go subscribe to my other channels, my review channel, and also go subscribe to the Speaking Nerd podcast, where we do videos pretty much every week. So check that shit out. And yes, folks, that is it. So until next time, I hope you all have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching. And don't forget to take care of yourselves. See ya.